Coming up today on Public Eye News, President Trump moves away from his failed health care plan to other issues, and United Airways gets a little leggy with passengers.
Weatherman Todd Rose will have our weather forecast for the upcoming week, and sports anchor Dan Kampanen has news on the NMU lacrosse team. Hi, I'm Hannah Schutzkis.
And I'm Charles Owsley. Welcome to Public Eye News. UP Health System Marquette is welcoming their new Chief Operating Chief, Stephen Salyer, to the team starting today. Salyer previously led a joint venture acquisition of Shan Stark Regional Medical Center and also served as Chief Executive Officer of Sebastian River Medical Center in Sebastian, Florida. Salyer also previously served as a captain in the Marine Corps, working in both peacetime and combat support roles in Al-Assad, Iraq. On moving to the UP, Salyer said, quote, "I'm very excited about serving the community of Marquette. I look forward to working hard to benefit the patients of the Upper Peninsula in keeping with UP Health System Marquette's vision of making communities healthier," end quote. Marquette City Police are recommending a felony marijuana charge for a 25-year-old man arrested on Friday. Police asked for a search warrant against David Alex Pitawanakwat for possession with intent to deliver marijuana. Pitawanakwat was arrested after an investigation and a search warrant were delivered to him at his home, where police found an unspecified amount of marijuana. Possession with intent to deliver marijuana carries a maximum sentence of 4 years and/or a fine of $20,000.
The Marquette County Sheriff's Office is investigating a series of complaints regarding residential breaking and entering. 3 homes in Marquette Township reported their complaints on Sunday, and investigators believe the break-ins happened last week. All 3 homes were vacant during the break-ins, 2 are not lived in, and the resident of the third was out of town. Investigators collected evidence from the homes and submitted it to the Michigan State Police Crime Lab. Anyone who has seen suspicious activity in the area in the past week is asked to call the Marquette County Sheriff's Office. The 24th annual Boat Sport and RV Show wrapped up yesterday from the Superior Dome here in Marquette. The show, which is the largest indoor display of recreational items in the Upper Peninsula, had over 7,000 attendees over the weekend. One of the most popular vendors on display was Earth Blind, a naturally made deer blind consisting of fiberglass and real dirt. This was the first time Earth Blind was in the UP, and their goal is to make a handicap-accessible hunting blind in order for all those who want to hunt to be able to do so.
A kayaker from Missouri who's attempting to paddle across the Great Lakes is waiting for better conditions before she sets off again. According to the Huron County Sheriff, Tracy Lynn Martin had problems with her rudder in Lake Huron on Friday. Martin was checked by a medical crew but refused any additional treatment. Sheriff Kelly Hansen says Martin could be waiting for days before she takes off again. Police in Saginaw County responded at 4:30 yesterday to a vehicle crashed in the woods 10 feet to the right of the roadway on Trina Road. When police pulled the 36-year-old male driver from the vehicle, they found that he had been fatally shot. According to Michigan State Police Lieutenant David Kaiser, no suspects are in custody currently. The crime scene now spans over 500 feet of Trina Road in 3 jurisdictions. This killing is Saginaw County's 5th homicide so far in 2017. And stay tuned because after the break, we'll be back with your national and international news.
Next time on Antiques Roadshow, is this Italian glass vase a gift that keeps on giving?
I received this vase about 30 years ago from a real estate client.
It's something we can't find anywhere. This market has been seeing enormous jumps in it, like just crazy.
Sorry. Thank you, Harley.
Find out next time on Antiques Roadshow from Palm Springs, California.
2 episodes start tonight at 8 after PBS NewsHour.
Welcome back. 2 teenage girls were stopped by a gate agent from boarding a United Airlines flight because they were wearing leggings. According to a United spokesman, the girls, whose ages were not specified, were not allowed on a flight from Denver to Minneapolis because they were traveling under an employee travel pass that requires a dress code. The dress code prohibits the wearing of spandex or pants such as leggings. Regularly ticketed passengers are not subject to this dress code and can wear leggings, but the airline enforced the dress code because past travelers are essentially representing the company. The teenagers agreed to change their clothing and take a later flight, but the airline's actions received an enormous backlash on Twitter. And the finger-pointing over the failure to pass a plan to repeal and replace Obamacare has begun, and the White House is pointing them at conservative Republicans. Craig Boswell is at the White House with more details.
And I think the president's disappointed in a number of people that he thought were loyal to him that weren't.
President Trump placed the blame on conservative Republicans for failing to pass the GOP plan to repeal and replace Obamacare. Sunday, he tweeted, "Democrats are smiling in D.C. that the Freedom Caucus, with the help of Club for Growth and Heritage, have saved Planned Parenthood and Obamacare."
I can tell you, no one has been more self-critiquing than me.
Congressman Mark Meadows, the chairman of the House Freedom Caucus, says he still believes a deal can get done.
Conversations over the last 48 hours are really about how we come together in the Republican conference and try to get this over the finish line.
But Trump administration officials are signaling they may be ready to work with Democrats to fix health care.
I think it's time for our folks to come together. And I also think it's time to potentially get a few moderate Democrats on board as well.
Democrats say they're willing to listen if the White House wants to work on a fix for Obamacare, not a complete repeal.
We never said it was perfect. We always said we'd work with them to improve it. We just said repeal was off the table.
Meanwhile, the Freedom Caucus says it looks forward to working with President Trump on his next big legislative agenda, tax reform. The president wants to cut taxes for middle-class families, lower the corporate tax rate by 15%, and reduce the number of tax brackets. Craig Boswell, CBS News, the White House.
According to an Associated Press analysis, North Carolina's bathroom bill will cost the state more than $3 billion in lost business over the next 12 years. North Carolina has suffered several financial hits, including failed plans for a PayPal facility worth $2 billion and a canceled Ringo Starr concert. The NCAA is set to announce sites for championship games through 2022, but North Carolina won't be on the bill to host any of them as long as the law is intact. The law excludes gender identity and sexual orientation from anti-discrimination protections and requires transgender individuals to use bathrooms that correspond with the sex listed on their birth certificate. Relatives of the Utah couple caught up in last week's terror attack in London are talking about their loss. CBS's Jonathan Vigliotti reports from London.
Family members flew in from Utah to be with Melissa Cochran, who's in a London hospital after being badly injured in last week's terror attack.
Her health is steadily improving, and she has been strengthened by the presence of her family. She is so grateful for the outpouring of love and generosity.
Melissa is recovering from a broken leg and rib, but her family says she's just coming to terms with the attack that took her husband Kurt's life.
The circumstances under which he was killed obviously are horrific.
The Cochrans were on the last day of their dream European vacation, walking on Westminster Bridge when a speeding car struck them. Kurt went over the side of the bridge and fell to his death on the concrete below. Melissa was thrown into a souvenir stand.
Her attitude is great right now, and I know that's because of all the love and the prayers that have come from all over the world.
In all, 4 people were killed when Khalid Massoud intentionally rammed crowds on the sidewalk of the bridge before crashing into a gate at Parliament. Relatives say despite this gut-wrenching loss, they harbor no harsh feelings toward the attacker. Kurt and Melissa were here celebrating their 25th wedding anniversary. They love to take photos, and their family said before returning home to Utah, they wanted to come to Westminster Bridge to take a photo in front of Big Ben. Jonathan Vigliotti, CBS News, London.
And after the break, we'll have your weather and sports. Stay tuned.
On Secrets of the Dead, ancient Rome's glittering resort town.
Caesar, Cicero, Nero, all of these men had villas at Baiae.
But the town had a dark side.
Mere mention of Baiae brought to mind scandal.
Did he really murder his aunt for the villa?
Nero's sunken city on Secrets of the Dead.
Wednesday at 10 after Nova on Public TV 13.
And welcome back to Public Eye News. I'm Todd Rose here with a look at your weather. As you can see behind me, I'm taking a look at the NMU campus. We got some clouds in the sky, and if you look out your windows at home, you're probably going to see the same thing. Got clouds everywhere across the UP. Taking a look at our current conditions, like I said, we got some clouds. Temperature 38 degrees, winds north at 10 miles an hour, and a barometric pressure 29.96 inches and rising. Looking into tonight, those clouds are going to stay around, but the moon might come out a little bit. Low is going to be 31 degrees, and winds are going to be west-northwest at 7 miles an hour. And moving into tomorrow, the sun might come out a little bit, but we're still going to have some clouds around. High of 41 with winds north-northwest at 11. And taking a look around the UP, we're starting over in Sault Ste. Marie, 38 degrees, 39 degrees in Manistee, and down in Escanaba, we got 40 and 39 in Menominee. And as I said, you can see clouds everywhere across the UP today. And over to the two irons, Iron Mountain, we got 40 and cloudy in Ironwood. And up in Houghton, 38 degrees and cloudy. Back here in Marquette, it's 38 and cloudy. Let's take a look at your week ahead. On Wednesday, we got a high of 35, low of 29, and partly cloudy skies. Thursday, a high of 39, low of 31, and afternoon rain and snow showers. And Friday, a high of 39 and low of 32, and partly cloudy. Dan, we got some clouds tonight, but I hear we got some stars around campus and some stars on our lacrosse team.
You bet we do. We got.
Because you're the most popular guy. Everybody loves the weather. They don't care about the rest of them. Everybody, the anchors hate you, but you are strong.
It centers on weather?
It centers on weather. It's all about the weather. Remember, they're just filler till you.
That's the reason people tune in, right?
Exactly.
People tune in on you, tune out on me. Hopefully you didn't just tune out on me. That was shot about 10 minutes ago when Al Roker joined our news program and got a little bit of footage for his Today Show tomorrow. But now into your sports for the day. Shelby Klotz netted 9 goals to lift the Northern Michigan lacrosse team to a 22-10 victory over Notre Dame of Ohio Sunday afternoon at Mueller Field. The Wildcats took command of the game early, scoring 8 unanswered goals to build an 11-2 lead by the 14:29 mark of the first half. At halftime, their advantage remained at 9 with a score of 14-5. Klotz found the back of the net twice in the final 6 minutes to bring the final score to 22-10. Klotz's 9-goal effort was the best posted by a Wildcat during this inaugural season. The previous high was 6th, accomplished by Grayson Ringlever. Northern Michigan, now 2-5, stays on the road next weekend. The Wildcats close non-conference action on March 31st with a rematch against Concordia St. Paul, and they begin GLIAC action on April 2nd against McKendree. Moving down to Detroit with the playoffs hopes dashed, the New York Knicks can turn their attention to playing the spoiler role in the Eastern Conference this week. That starts Monday when the Knicks host the Detroit Pistons at Madison Square Garden. Detroit, riding a 3-game losing streak, is 1 game behind the Miami Heat for the 8th and final playoff spot in the East picture. The Knicks, losers of 4 straight on their Western Road swing, can also have a say in the Heat's future when they play a home-and-home at New York on Wednesday and in Miami on Friday. New York will miss the playoffs for the 4th straight season. Willie Hernan-Gomez will have his hands full on Monday trying to contain Detroit center Andre Drummond, who is 2nd in the league in rebounds and 3rd in post touches per game with 7.1. Tip-off is tonight at 7:30 p.m. from Madison Square Garden. And finally, a scheduling quirk caused by a postponed game a few months ago greets the Detroit Red Wings and Carolina Hurricanes this week. The Wings and the Hurricanes will play Monday and Tuesday nights in the same building, PNC Arena, with the first of those resulting from the December 19th postponement when a problem with the ice resulted in the game being called off. The Red Wings, with the second fewest points in the Eastern Conference, are on the verge of being eliminated from playoff contention this year.
So what a neat opportunity for NMU students to meet Al Roker.
Yeah, I would suggest if you haven't already signed up, and I'm sure it's almost too late now, or at least to get out and see the freeze tag game that's going to go on tomorrow morning in the Dome.
Yeah, it's a cool record-breaking opportunity.
And that's all the time we have for you today here at Public Eye News. Be sure to tune in again tomorrow.
The preceding program was produced in studios located in the Edgar L. Hardin Learning Resources Center by WNMU-TV, Northern Michigan University Public Television.